Hey, welcome back to my channel. Today we're making an easy shrimp and grits. You're going to start with cutting up your veggies, and I used onions and tomatoes and from some fresh shrimp that I rinsed really well and cleaned off. I have some Swiss and Gruyere cheese, some butter, real cream butter, you guys, real butter, salted butter. Here I have some green onions that I'm going to slice. These are going to go in at the very last of the dish. Some 3 whole garlic cloves, and of course some of the seasonings that I'll be using on my shrimp is salt, some good old-fashioned McCormick pepper and some broth base. I love to use this chicken broth, and also I have onion powder, as you can see here, some lemon pepper seasoning. And if you don't like lemon on your fish, you don't have to use this. Use what you like. And some extra sharp Vermont cheese. Now, I typically use Old Bay, but I didn't have any, so I had to use what I had. Here I'm showing you how to start your shrimp. And I start with about 3 tablespoons of butter, that olive oil, and that garlic. And I just wanted you to see how I let all of that come together on that stove before I started adding my onions and the tomatoes. Once that garlic starts to cook, you don't want it to burn, but you want it to start getting translucent and flavoring that olive oil and that butter. Then that's when you want to add your tomatoes and your the onions. Now, I did leave my seeds in my tomatoes and the juice from that tomato so that it can help enrich the sauce that's going to accompany that shrimp, that's going to lay so fragrantly over your grits, your cheese grits. So here you can see me just pouring in my shrimp, and from there, when I put that shrimp in there, it's time for me to season. I added all of those seasonings that I showed you previously in the video, and I stirred it in. One thing that I did do, once I added my seasonings, it was time for me to add my my chicken base to my shrimp. You want to use not a whole lot, because you don't want to over season your shrimp. And so once you add your chicken base or whatever bouillon you want to add to it, I then add a little bit of water, because that's going to calm down. You don't want your food to be salty. You want it to be flavorful. And that's what I'm trying to show you here. So from there, once I put that chicken seasoning in it, I put my water, I put my lid on it, and I'm just going to let it simmer just for a little bit, because you don't want to overcook your shrimp. And here I'm showing you my grits. I started my grits before I actually started the shrimp. And I wanted you to see, I just used some instant grits, and you do your measurements, how you just follow the boxes recipe. I didn't use any milk or anything. I just used straight up water, and my grits turn out great every time. So I'm just showing you how I stir up my grits as I put them on my stove, and I'm just stirring them up and letting them come to a boil. Now, once they come to a boil, I'm showing you here, the key to grits is it's time to turn them down. Once they come to a boil, I turn it all the way down to low, and I just let them finish up. Here is where I added my 2 tablespoons, maybe a little bit more, okay, honestly, of butter, and I added some onion powder. I had already salted my water, so I didn't need any more salt on my grits. And here I'm showing you how rich and creamy those grits came out. And now it's time to add the cheese. The cheeses that include that Gruyere and Swiss, as well as that Cabot sharp cheddar. And I added some pepper over into it. I like to see those pepper flakes. I don't use white pepper in my grits. It's something about just seeing some good old black pepper in those grits that it just makes it all the better. So as you can see here, I finished off that shrimp. I added some green scallions to it, and it is ready to go. Once I've got my cheeses mixed into my grits, you can see that stringiness, them grits gotta have that That's that right there. And so I just plated it up with the grits on the bottom, and I spooned that delicious shrimp and that beautiful broth and flavored with those shrimp. And when I tell you, this is a meal that is so quick, so easy, and can feed your entire family, and it's really inexpensive. So you guys like see on this channel, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and just comment below. Let me know what recipes do you want to see. I'm all about easy. I'm all about just, you know, tailoring to your family and making dinner not so cumbersome. I love Southern cooking, but I like easy Southern cooking, and that's my whole intent for this channel. I love you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day.